I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm on it.
Hey, Freak Show! You're going nowhere!
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Good afternoon, or whatever time it is for you. This is West of Nowhere, and I'm Levi.
I'm Shane.
Yeah. I mean, people could listen to this, like, at night or in the morning. There's no rules. Are
No,
there?
there's definitely rules.
Oh.
You need to listen to this show
As soon as it comes
early
out,
in the
first of
morning.
all.
Early in the morning on your drive to work.
Yep.
So that you're really plugged into what's going on in the country before you walk into work and some asshole says some stuff that's not actually happening.
Yeah,
you know?
somebody's like, hey, did you know that Russia actually has a fleet of spiders that they're releasing into Ukraine? What? A fleet of spiders? First of all, I don't think that's how you organize groups of spiders.
Really? What's the collective word for like a group of spiders?
I
you
don't
know?
know. I feel like it's probably a flock, right? I mean,
I don't know, dude. Because like a group of pandas is an embarrassment. So like there's
pandas are an embarrassment anyway. Fucking pandas, piece of shit. Before we get too off the rails, who are our Patreon people?
Adam Pacino, Tony Burgess, Miles Glenn, Sam Norton, Kobe Jordan, Jade Birch, Natalie Tacarante, Mark Stadler, and Colton, the sound of a fleet of spiders.
Ooh, a fleet of
Just-
spiders. Just all of their 8 legs per just clickety clacking on the floor.
Yeah, dude.
Nice.
I don't think spider legs clickety clack though.
Yeah, they might if they're wearing tap shoes.
They don't got nails.
Not that we know of. I can't see that good, so maybe they do.
I feel like you'd feel it
Would you?
if a spider was on you. You'd feel the if they had nails
Spider.
because they wouldn't cut them. They'd leave them long so they could hurt you. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're not out there nibbling on their nails, but
Exactly.
do spiders have nails? They do. Oh,
What?
they have claws on their paws.
They don't even have. They just have sticks. What are you
No,
talking about?
Google
They don't have
it.
paws.
Yeah, Google it. Little spider peets. Oh, look at them. They're so cute. What do you call a flock of spiders? Now I gotta know. A cluster or clutter. Ha!
A clutter.
Yeah,
A group of spiders is a clutter.
clutter of spiders. That's not nearly as cool.
I want the job. I want whoever was like, yo, it's my job to name what groups of animals are.
Yeah.
I want that job.
I don't think any of them make sense half the time. Like, why is a murder of crows called a murder of crows?
I don't know, but I love that.
Yeah.
Fun fact: when I was like 16, I was in a band and we were trying to figure out a name, and I was 100% all about.
We're the murder
Murder
of
of-
crows because we're like dark and edgy and nobody really gets us, you know?
Yeah, dude. Duh. Murder a crow.
Yeah. Be
I
like,
was like, dude, it's so awesome.
So
and they were
cool.
like, no.
they're like, you're dumb.
Yeah.
Watch the crow like 4 more times and then come back and
No, they were like, we're not metal enough to be named Murder of Crow. That sounds like a metal band. I was like, okay, fine.
was this the band where you guys were just making songs about One Tree Hill or?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. It was that. That's what it was.
Man. Hey, I don't know if you know this, but this place is a fucking shit show right now.
I don't think it's that bad.
No?
No.
There's a lot going on. You want to hear the most confusing news out of everything?
Yeah, let's hear it.
China is like, hey, we're willing to work with the U.S. on a giant infrastructure plan.
Okay.
The G7, which is like a group of the 7 richest countries in the
That's the,
planet.
yeah, the G7 summit, right?
Yep. China has typically not really wanting ever to be part of that. But they have recently said that they would be willing to meet and consider working with the United States and the other members of the G7 to provide the world with more high-quality public goods and infrastructure. Yeah.
They don't believe that, dude. Everything that we get here that we buy that's very shittily made says made in China.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just saying what they're telling me. What they're telling, they didn't tell me specifically. Didn't put me on the call list, but
what are they gonna do? Put fans in all their sweatshops or what?
Yeah, probably. Maybe even a bathroom. That'd be cool. Yeah, so, pretty interesting, pretty random. I felt like when I saw that, I was like, that's so off the wall of all the things going on that they're like, you know what, we need better international roads and stuff.
Definitely.
All right, okay. Maybe they'll finally build the space elevators. That'd be cool.
Is that a thing?
No, it's not a real thing that's made, but that's something that weird people have been latched onto for some reason. They're like, we need elevators to space. For what reason? Couldn't fucking tell you. But
and China's the people who could build the elevators to space?
Well, if anybody can do it, I mean, I feel like it should be them.
Okay.
They have the manpower,
Yeah, they have the technology.
Yeah, they could build them. Yeah. So, address the elephant in the room. So a couple things going on in Eastern Europe / Western Asia. Namely the Russian invasion of the Ukraine, which, if I'm being honest, I don't think anybody's surprised by it, but and maybe there are people who are just really out of touch with how Russia likes to do things. They're like, yeah, what? Why are they doing that? That's so crazy.
So before we jump into the story, how do you feel about how everyone here in the States is freaking out about it?
I think it's really funny because I like the lack of understanding of how things work. Like, I don't know. I was talking to some people this weekend, and they're like, so what do you think, bro? Do you think they're probably going to nuke Ukraine, right? Like, just seems like the next logical step. What? That's the next logical step? Holy shit. Yeah, and then this one guy I was talking to, he's like, you still got friends in the military, right? I was like, yeah. He's like, they all fucking hate Biden, don't they? I'm like, what? What is happening? Where's this conversation going? I don't understand it. I was like, I don't really know, because most of the people that I was in the military with don't talk about politics that often because they don't like the government, which is hilarious, but that's what's happening. Like, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
And like, it just cracked me up with how like super out of touch people are with that kind of thing. Like, how are people that you work with talking about it? Are they saying anything fun, or they just like, meh?
There's not really been like a direct like one way or the other.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel like we should stay out of it.
Yeah.
So like this shit about how they're pulling Russian vodka off the shelves and like
yeah.
Like why do you care? Like,
yeah.
I get it. Like, people, like innocent people are probably dying, but they're at war with each other.
Yeah.
Why do we need to put our fucking foot in there? I get that if they were a part of NATO, we'd go over there because we're fucking NATO's police.
Yeah.
But
we're not. Yeah. Yeah.
They're not. We're not going, so stop it.
I did see that Ukraine has officially put in an application to be a part of the European Union.
Well, so I mean, it's a little late. All right,
they can join whenever they want. All right.
That's like it's like having cancer and like knowing you're gonna die and then going, hey, I need health insurance. I need a life insurance policy. And they're like, nah, dog.
Yeah. I don't think it's that extreme, but I mean, it is definitely I don't know, super last minute, I would say. I don't think, like, it's kind of funny because Ukraine's actually doing a lot better than I thought they were going to. Like, it kind of seems like Russia's plans were not fully thought out. Like they're using, first of all, they're using like the oldest tanks they have, I feel like, which makes sense. Like, why would you put your brand new shit out on the lines first, you know? Get the old shit out of the way, get your money out of it. But at the same time, like, they have vehicles like troop transports that are running out of fuel. And like, it seems very not good planning. And like, they rushed it.
I think they probably just assumed like
it was going to be
you know,
over super quick or what?
well, it's just like that big bully, you know, when you're younger, the big bully, and then he picks on some kid that's small, and that kid actually knows karate.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, oh, fuck, I fucked up.
Like, I really shit the bed on this one. Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. I saw a post that people are, like, comparing... It's a very loose metaphor, but it kind of cracked me up, because it's... comparing the Russia and Ukraine conflict with an abusive ex, and like Ukraine's trying to move on, and Russia's the abusive ex, and they're like, you can't hang out with the new people, NATO, right? Like, you can't talk to anybody. That's not me. Fuck you. I want my CDs back. Which I think is pretty. I mean, it's pretty good. Like when you consider that when it was the Soviet Union, Ukraine was part of that for, you know, however long that lasted. Granted, not that long, but, you know, they were there. And Russia Major had basically gone and outfitted Ukraine to be their industrial sector, right? Like, they're like, this is where we're going to have all our manufacturing. This place is a shithole. Like, I don't know if that's how they felt, but, like, that's what they were doing. Like, because Chernobyl's in Ukraine, right? Like, that was their kind of, that was their spot. We're going to make all the cool stuff here, or make stuff here. And then when, you know, the Soviet Union dissolved, all of that infrastructure that they had built is now going towards another country. And I think that this is kind of their, like, grab. They're like, we need that back. Like, granted, all that shit's probably super out of date, but we want it back. And also, you gotta remember, Putin was agent in the KGB when it was the Soviet Union. So in his brain, that's still Russia. Like, that's his favorite toy, and they took it away. And he's like, I want it back. God damn it. But I'm glad you mentioned, like, the people pulling Russian, like, vodkas and stuff from, like, the shelves, because that's such a stupid reaction. First of all, they're not state-made vodkas. They're companies in Russia who are making the vodkas who may or may not agree with this. Like, the jury's still out. There are people protesting in Russia. They're all probably going to disappear, but they are protesting, right? They're, you remember, you know, Anonymous, the hacker group people?
Yeah.
Apparently they've started hacking Russian television networks and broadcasting footage of, like, shit going on in Ukraine just so people can fucking see it, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah.
And obviously that's, you know, making people in Russia, you know, resent what's happening. So people are starting to protest. Like, I saw a thing, 2 of Russia's richest people have gone out and said that they don't agree with this. Naturally, every single Russian, Ukrainian, Slavic hockey player / boxer has, like, all those guys are all pretty adamant on it. A couple, like, world champion boxers. One is the mayor of Kiev now, which is the capital of Ukraine. It's like already suited up. He's out there fucking ready to go. Vasily Lomachenko, who's, I think, if not the second pound for pound boxer in the world right now, has enlisted in a fucking volunteer battalion. Like, and he's Ukrainian guy. And it's very interesting. But it's not all going for Russia right now, which is pretty interesting. Like I said, they're running out of fucking gas in their trucks, and that homeboy, if he's even real, the ghost of Kiev, that MiG that's been like got 6 so far, air to air fucking victories right now.
What?
If it's all the same guy, I mean, nobody knows who he is. But there's videos of this fucking MiG-29 just cruising super low altitude through Kiev. And they're like, yeah, he's got 6 air-to-air, kills. And just nobody knows who the fuck he is. He's just swinging through, fucking people up. Yeah. So, pretty
It's like
interesting.
the Red Baron, but Ukrainian.
Yeah, kind of, a little bit. But nobody knows who it actually is. If it's one person, if it's multiple people. I kind of want it to be like like a collective of people, like just different pilots. Because like, how cool would that be? Where they're just like, we're all gonna just pretend to be one guy, and then if a name gets released, for whatever reason, like the only reason I could think of why nobody's named them is because, if Russians figure out who they are and then they could like go after their family kind of deal.
Yeah.
That would be bad, obviously. So it'd be cool if it was just like a group of people who are just like swapping cockpits and just tearing shit up. Yeah. Did you hear about Snake Island?
Snake Island.
Yeah.
No.
So there's this outpost, military outpost, and there's just a little island, fucking 13 dudes on it, and this Russian warship called in and was like, hey, lay down your weapons. We're a Russian warship. Yeah, surrender. And and they responded, Russian warship, go fuck yourself. and then they all died. But super cool. Like they're just like, fuck you, dude. Why we're not doing that. We're not playing your games. I can't remember the dude's name or if they even released it, but there was a bomb system rigged to a bridge that failed to go off, so a lone Ukrainian soldier went out there and manually bombed it to prevent them from driving tanks and troop transports across it.
Yeah.
Obviously, he didn't make it, but, a lot of these cool stories coming through. What's really weird about this whole deal?
What?
Is how many people I've seen that are, like, in support of Russia, which is hilarious to me. Because it's like, this country, granted, most countries, but this country in particular, we have had a distaste and distrust for almost 100 years. And they've been the propaganda machine of the planet for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, but the Russians said that they're trying to get rid of the Nazis in the Ukraine. Like, you're gonna fucking believe Vladimir Putin right now? Like, that's who we're trusting? Like, granted, he's got a lot of memes out there, and I think they're hilarious, but this is the last fucking guy I'd, like, expect to go, this is 100% what's happening. Don't worry about it. Don't check it, but don't worry about it. We're doing the right thing, I promise. Like, there are, some, there's one group in the Ukrainian military who's like a far-right extremist group.
Yeah.
And, we have those groups too. Granted, they're not like a whole-ass branch in the military, but it's like one battalion that has some super hardcore, right, fascist kind of leaning.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people who think that fucking United States might have put them there, which is, not great. Because they showed up in 2014, and in 2014 is also when the last time Ukraine and Russia went at it. And so there's people who are like, well, there was a coup, and the CIA put in a puppet guy, and then this alt-right group showed up. And all of it's just hearsay. Nobody, because you can't fucking prove any of this stuff. So when you're like, hey, you got any more information about that? They're like, no, you're just gonna have to trust me, bro. Yeah, okay, all right, cool.
What if Russia's only actually trying to take over Ukraine so they can build elevators to space?
Oh, well then I'm in.
Right?
You guys got it. I believe in you. Have you seen any like posts about this? Their president, Ukraine's president.
Just that he was like talking about give me ammunition, I'm ready to go. Like,
Yeah, he's fucking out in the streets talking shit to Russia on Twitter. Like he's posting videos just talking mad shit on them. He's like, "We're fucking ready. We're not scared of you, young bitch." I don't know if he said that, but he should have.
But he should have.
Yeah. And it's crazy because when he got elected, well, this will date us, but this was something we talked about on Nowhere in the Middle when he got elected, because he's a former comedian, won in like a crazy landslide victory to be the president, and then now he's just he's been pretty normal so far. I don't know, but yeah, crazy shit. Crazy. It's fucking crazy out there, man.
I don't feel like anything else is going on anymore. Have you noticed that no one has said anything about COVID?
I am glad you brought that up because do you remember, or do you know the truckers throwing a fit in Canada?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So that's a thing still ongoing.
Yeah.
Well, guess fucking what? We got our own now. Let's go. Freedom Convoy to DC. Woo! There's multiple ones that were heading to DC. I think 2 of them have already fucking like dissipated.
Yeah.
They're doing the same shit. They're like, yeah, we're protesting all these mandates and stuff, which I don't know if you remember, but the last vaccine mandate got shot down by the Supreme Court unless they are, oh, bless you, unless you receive government funding and are a healthcare facility, then it's mandated. Yeah. But other than that, they can't force it.
Yeah.
So these truckers are like, we're going. Which I don't get. I don't understand. I think they just felt left out that Canada was getting all the attention. And I don't know if you've ever met truckers before, but
my father's a trucker.
Well, there you go. So you know the kind of people I'm talking about. If you were like, hey, what do you think my dad does for a living? I would have 100% guessed trucker. Is that weird?
I mean, why would you have guessed that?
I don't know. He just has that kind of vibe.
I guess.
I've met a couple in my day, and he just kind of fits alongside. One of my dad's good friends when I was growing up was a trucker, and they kind of act the same, have the same kind of, I don't know, tendencies. Is that the word? Maybe.
Yeah. Characteristics. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, I was gonna read a quote from this protest, because it cracked me up. So this is a quote from one of the people involved in the DC Freedom Convoy, which their goal is to get to DC and then protest outside the State of the Union address that the president's supposed to give, right? That's their big plan. We the people want our country back, the one that we love, Old Glory, the America the beautiful and the brave, because that's who we are and what we want to continue to be. We do not want to be under a dictatorship. Communism style is where we are right now. I don't know if you were able to pick up on it, but there's not actually any real demands in that. It's just fucking nonsense. Like, they're just...
Yeah.
There's no legitimately, like, this is what we want to change. We don't like how this is going down. They're just vague posting, completely. Yeah, we're just mad. Like, that's all they should have said. We're just fucking mad.
We're just mad.
Yeah. That would have made way more sense than this fucking word salad.
I think it would make more sense if if the main companies in this trucker protest are in fact somehow funded by the government.
Yeah. But I don't think they are, is the problem.
Oh, okay. Because if they, because if they were, then it makes sense. But if not, then
yeah,
you're just not working to not work.
Yeah, that's the move. Yeah. So, like I said, there's a couple of them that have already disbanded. There's one that started in California. That one, I think, literally just disbanded today. Like, there's one that was in Oklahoma, and that one disbanded super quick. Like, I don't think it lasted more than a day. And the State of the Union is supposed to be tomorrow, right? The 1st of March, February. Yeah, couldn't remember if it was a leap year or not. I was wondering why nobody was talking about it, but always brought up that it's a leap year this year. I don't understand what's happening because it's not one. Oh, okay. But yeah, so I had that same thought too, though. Like, man, it's nice to have like some real problems on the news instead of like this bullshit, like just stupid things that people just are throwing a fit about.
Yeah,
like, oh, cool, Russia's not bombing us, so there's that. But what are you mad because what? They made you wear a mask 6 months ago? Like, what the fuck, man? What are we doing? Ah, man. Yeah. So anyway, super fun.
We just need something I think as a society, period, we need something to be like outraged about.
Yeah.
We've talked about it a couple times. And so now that COVID's not really like a big thing anymore, and there's not really anything, there's no riots, there's no like shocking, murders.
Yeah.
Well, now we've got to be upset about Ukraine and Russia at war with each other, but they're literally not doing anything to affect us.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that I don't understand that I seen an article about is that Russia put their nuclear bombs on high alert or some shit. And I don't understand why if they're not. And I think that's where people are getting the fact that they're gonna bomb they're gonna nuke the Ukraine.
Yeah. So it literally, the only thing I've ever seen is just posts that say Putin puts Russian nuclear forces on alert.
Yeah.
Nothing, like, there's nothing else. Like, there's no other fucking mention about it. Like, that's all it says. So I don't know where this information is coming from or if it's an actual thing. The only article I found that had any substance was a Washington Post thing, and it literally just says Putin puts Russian nuclear forces on alert as Ukrainian civil deaths mount. An increasingly isolated Russia. Okay, well, not true. But on Sunday, it put its nuclear forces on alert as government leaders around the world pledged economic measures to further punish the Kremlin for its brutal invasion and tactical weapons to arm the Ukrainian resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Here in Ukraine's second largest city, soldiers wielding rifles and rocket launchers beat back a powerful Russian invasion force during a fourth day of heavy fighting, but an onslaught of Russian tanks and assault vehicles captured on video storming towards the capital, Kiev, has triggered fears of further bloodshed. That's literally the article. It doesn't even talk about anything. Like, does that mean he's putting his, like, hey, watch out for nuke force on alert? Or is it, hey, get the fucking nukes? Like,
or it could just be clickbait statement.
100%. Yeah. Like, I just don't. And I don't understand why, in this day and age, when literally everybody has them, why? What's your goal? What's the end goal? Like, the mutual assured destruction, plan is like, okay, so you nuke us, we nuke you right back. Like, everybody's getting nuked. Then what? This is a big old shit show. And nobody wins. At all. So, I don't think that they would do that. I would expect them to start carpet bombing the city first before they would jump to nukes, but who fucking knows? I don't know.
Even then, it's like what you're talking about, saying that they're going back because they want the infrastructure that they set up so many years ago. It makes even less sense to drop any kind of bombs there.
Yeah.
Because if you're willing to drop bombs there, then you really don't care what's there. So then why even bother?
Yeah. Yeah. So there, and that thing that I mentioned, or that article that I read mentioned the economic impact on Russia. So they, their shit's going down hard. Like in a crazy, like they're like all the sanctions that people are putting on them. Russia itself has doubled the interest rates for their people since this started, right? So now if you have any kind of loans with the Russian government or people paying off the Russian government, like it was at 9 and then it went up to 20%, and the ruble itself dropped 30% of its value, and that's like not even a week, right?
Yeah.
Like 30% slump of your main currency is not good. Like we have almost 8% inflation going on right now. That like this is completely like way worse. Like obviously. Like
you put it so elegantly.
Well, I like to speak for the layperson, So the exchange right now for 100 Russian rubles to the dollar is 100 Russian rubles is 97 cents currently. And at the beginning of the year, it was almost to $1.50. So, yeah, killing it.
Wow.
And I don't think we're gonna do anything more than that, honestly. Like I feel like that's kind of where I don't think we have any interest in sending a bunch of fucking people over there. That's just kind of my thought process on it. Like we're just gonna throw sanctions at because last time in 2014 we didn't fucking do anything. When Russia tried to take over Georgia in 2008, we didn't really fucking do anything. It's always just been sanctions. But yeah, so that's where we're at.
All right,
it's good.
Yeah,
good times. Our favorite actor is in the news though.
Our favorite?
Yeah.
Tom Cruise?
No, our favorite. What?
Who's our favorite?
Ryan Reynolds, obviously.
Oh, dude, what'd he do?
No, it's a good thing.
Okay.
Him and his wife, Blake Lively, have pledged to match donations for Ukrainian refugees up to $1 million. So it's pretty cool. So they're going to match the donations up to $1 million so far is what they said. So
yeah,
that's pretty sweet. Yeah. Just thought I'd throw that little tidbit in.
Yeah.
Fuck, sorry for sharing. Jesus Christ.
No one even... whatever.
What's your problem, man?
Nothing at all.
Hey, you want to know something crazy?
What's up?
So moving out of the Ukrainian debacle, what's two things you would never combine in your head, like ever? Like one's a food and one's a drug.
Peanut butter and jelly.
No, one's a food and one's a drug.
Oh. Aspirin and ice cream.
No, that's pretty random. Authorities seized nearly $3 million worth of meth in an onion shipment.
Wow.
All right. More than 1,300 pounds were shaped into small globes with a white covering, the agency said, meant to blend into the onions. Drugs are estimated to be worth $2.9 million on the street. I just like what this person said about it, though. This was not a clever attempt to try and smuggle in narcotics, one I haven't seen before, but also time-consuming to wrap narcotics in these small. It was not only a clever. Sorry, I misread. Yeah, it was not only a clever attempt to try and smuggle in narcotics, but also time-consuming. Wrap all of it in the small packages, make them look like onions. You gotta give it to drug smugglers. Sometimes they do some really interesting stuff. Like first the cocaine and the avocados, now meth mixed in with the onions. Pretty cool, pretty neat, right?
Yeah. You know, being so far removed from like the crazy shit that I used to be into when I was younger,
Yeah.
I've definitely just thought that, meth was gone. I mean, so not realistically. I know that like actually it's not, but like to think that like on that kind of scale that someone's like, yo,
we're trying to bring in $3 million worth of meth in fucking onions, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know how they got caught. Is what I want to know.
Well, I'll tell you.
Because I would imagine the onions would have covered up whatever smell the dogs could smell, right? Like I feel like
I don't think thoroughly. Like I don't know. Like obviously dogs' noses are pretty intense, and we talked to my buddy Jesse about that one time.
Yeah.
You gotta do some pretty interesting stuff to get it get around. But it just says a K9 unit for U.S. Customs Border Protection alerted to the trailer shipments of onions, and yeah, so apparently didn't fool jack shit. Dogs were like, no, fuck you. We know what's in there. You sons of bitches.
Fucking bat dog rolled up to the truck. Where are the drugs?
Where are the drugs going?
God.
Fucking wild.
I don't know if you've seen, but in other news, Biden nominated federal appeals court judge. I'm gonna destroy this. Ketanji Brown Jackson. Her first name is hard to say. Ketanji. Ketanji. Anyway, she was appointed to the Supreme Court, making her the first black woman selected to serve on a court that once declared her race unworthy of citizenship and endorsed segregation.
Yeah.
And then she's only... Where's it at? She'll only be the 6th woman to serve on the court, like, overall. And it's the first time that there'll be 4 women in the Supreme Court at the same time.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I know there's like a big old people fucking throwing a fit because Biden kind of made it a point to go, hey, we're going to look at a woman for this new nominee.
Yeah.
And specifically a woman of color. And conservatives were like, oh, really? You just want to pick somebody based off of that and not off of their credentials at all? That's fucked up. And so everybody threw this big old fit. But, like, it's a fucking judge. Like, she was already a judge. She's been a judge for a while. She's 50, 51. Yeah. It's not like this person just came out of nowhere. They're not, like, grabbing somebody off the street. Like, you know what? You're super underqualified, but you're a black lady, so come on in. Let's get you fitted for a robe. Buckle up. Like, it's so dumb. Like, I don't think he should have fucking told anybody. I think he should have just decided.
Yeah.
But
I think when you say it out loud, when you do it like the way he did, saying that they were gonna for sure. Maybe he didn't say that exactly, but
yeah.
If he did say we're gonna elect a woman and she's gonna be a person of color,
yeah.
Then you open that door for people for like the right wing crazy nuts to go, oh, now you're picking based off race, and it's like chill the fuck out, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah.
Because I would imagine that by the time he said that, they already had someone in mind anyway.
Yeah.
And so he was just trying to like capitalize on that.
Yeah.
For the left.
Yeah. Like as soon as, well, was it somebody that stepped down? Is the reason they're replacing it? I can't remember if it's the person stepping down or
I thought Ginsburg died.
RGB died, but yeah.
And there was like just a spot open.
Or RBG. Goddamn.
Yeah, RBG.
Yeah.
Red, blue, green.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's like you literally can't fucking do anything that makes anybody happy.
Well,
like,
no.
Yeah. Like if you don't say it and then just go, bam, this is who, they're still going to throw a fit. Because instead of going, he said he wants to pick somebody based off of this, well, instead of that, they'll just go, well, that's what he did. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, nobody's ever fucking happy. Yeah.
I mean, it was a lose-lose, right? So, like, even if he ended up picking a white dude,
yeah,
in his 50s, then
Why did
there'd have been an uproar about how he chose another white dude to a seat of power.
Yeah,
yeah. So,
fucking
yeah,
patriarchy.
Right. Lose-lose.
Yeah.
No matter what he picked.
Yeah.
I don't got anything else besides the Billboard.
Let's hear it.
Yeah?
Yep.
I wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready.
Oh, man.
Whoops.
Definitely not. There it is. Change your profile picture back, dude.
Why?
Because.
Why?
Really messing up how I look at things.
I don't understand it. Why does that...
Because I'm looking for a picture of you, and it's a picture of fucking Dan Cummings.
That's not my profile picture anymore. So update your shit.
Okay, my bad.
You think Dan's just fucking hitting you up?
Yeah. I'm like, oh, why is Dan Cummings talking to me? I don't think this changed at all from last week. Or if it did, what I have didn't update. But number 1, Encanto. Number 2, DS Forever, Gunna. Number 3, CM10, Free Game by Yo Gotti. Dangerous Double Album by Morgan Wallen. Laurel Hell by Mitski. Don FM by The Weeknd. Certified Lover Boy Drake. The Highlights by The Weeknd. And then at number 9, 30 by Adele. And then 10, Planet Her, Doja Cat.
Yeah.
Which I think is the exact same from last week.
I think it is.
I don't think it's updated yet.
Yeah. Fuck.
That's rough.
Well, if you made it this far in the episode, then maybe just pause it.
Ignore that.
Look it up. Look it up yourself.
We're just regular dudes.
We're just two dudes
who refuse to pay for a fucking paywall.
Yeah.
Right?
For like one part of the... There's got to be a pie chart of what that website actually does. And that list is like 1% of what we need. And to justify $10 a month for the cheapest one, just for that, is hilarious. Life finds a way. We'll figure it out. Pieces of shit.
Will.
Yep.
If you love how we're never prepared, and we kind of just fly by the seat of our pants, then you could head on over to Linktr.ee/wokpod. That's WOKPOD, and so go to the Patreon.
Yeah.
Give us some money.
Throw some money at us.
Yeah. If you don't want to give us money, which is fine,
makes sense.
Then you should head over to YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, and leave us reviews. Yeah. Leave us reviews on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
We'll go on YouTube, comment, and go, these guys are fucking hot as hell.
Yeah. Like and subscribe. If you just like and comment, it don't even got to be anything good. Just like, great episode.
Yeah. Nice tits.
The more likes and comments you leave, the more likely it is for the algorithm to pick us up, and somebody else finds us that didn't know that we were awesome.
Yeah.
And doesn't know that we're prepared.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and they'll never know because we do it so effortlessly. If you don't want to do that, share us with some person. If your landlord texts you and go, "Hey, where's rent?" Just send them one of these episodes. That'll distract them long enough for you to get your shit together. If you're making an online application for like a job or something like that, put us in your references. Just put the wokpod Linktree in your references, and go that way.
And if you're a subscriber, just send us like the number that's gonna call us, and we'll lie and say that you're the best employee we ever had.
Biggest wiener I've ever seen.
Oh my god.
What?
And with that, we want to thank our friends, Dutch in Denver podcast, No New Friends podcast, Kicking It with the Kellys, and the Remedy Room.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep. I've had enough. Peace out, bitches.
Tip your bartender.